Hey guys, Nick Rodriguez here for another life lesson. I had an amazing opportunity to sit down with a wealth trainer, Ryan and Noella, a couple days ago, and I've been kind of thinking about what they said. One of the biggest things that they talked about, and this might have actually been the other couple that I sat down with. I got to sit with two of these wealth trainers for over an hour. But one of the biggest things I took away from it was this talk of destination and path. And I'm going to try to break it down for you. It'll be real quick here, but a lot of us choose a path and we think that it's a destination actually. So for instance, a lot of us choose, I want to become a dentist. And we think that's a destination, like I want to be a dentist, boom. And so we actually follow this path of going to school and getting the job, and then years and years of practice. We become a dentist, and we get to this destination, and we realize that that was actually a path, and it's brought us to a place where we're in debt. We've got student loans. We don't have the cash flow that we thought we were going to. We're working twice as many hours as we wanted to. And so that's when you start figuring out that you're not at the destination that you wanted to be or that you thought you were going to go to. He was talking about that a lot of us, that's what we're taught. It's just what we think we are supposed to do is pick these paths. A lot of people talk about, what do you love? What are you passionate about? Go after that, follow that path, do what you want to, what you love doing. And so he talks about that. Actually, that's one of the worst things you could do. The best thing you can do is pick your destination first. If you're going to China, I don't care if you love riding a bike, like you ride your bike every day, you love it. You're not taking your bike to China. It's not the right vehicle to get you to that destination. If that's where you want to go to China, it's just, some vehicles are great. Like if you're in New York City and you want to get around, I have no idea where you would ride your bike, but there's places where a bike makes sense, where a bike is the best vehicle available to get you to your destination. So what are destinations? Destination is, how do you want to live? Where do you want to live? A lot of people, I do a lot of work in the Silicon Valley, and everybody I talk to most people do not want to live here. They have to live here because that's the path that they're on. Their jobs are here. The way they make money, they have to live here. Now, it's a beautiful place. Why don't they want to live here? Because the cost of living is through the roof. So that takes away their cash flow. They don't have the cash flow. Okay? So maybe your destination is where in the, not thinking about how to make money, not thinking about just what do you want? That's a huge question that I teach my kids and myself all the time to ask. What do I want? That's talking about destination. Where do you want to end up? Where's the goal? How much money you want to make a week? Do you want to make 10,000 a month? Do you want to make 20? Do you want to make 120? What is it that you want? Okay, figure it out. Don't even think about money necessarily. Think about the lifestyle you want to live. Where do you want to live? How much is it going to cost? That's when you break it down to money. Where do you want a vacation? How often do you want a vacation? Do you want to go on a nice trip every 10 weeks? Do you want to go every 5 weeks to a destination for a week? Do you want to stay at home and spend time with the family? Do you want to have the time and the money to be able to do all these things? It just depends on, but we don't think like that. We don't think, what's the destination? Do we want to have enough money to take care of our parents when they get sick? If they get older and get sick, or just emergencies, people's children get sick. People have, come up with things. Security, you lose your job. Do you want to have another cash flow on the side? Do you want to give away to charity? All these things are like destinations. We don't really think about them. We typically just pick a path, and guess what? Everything else is given to you. If you pick a path, everything else is given to you. The amount of money you're going to make, how often you're going to work, what your work schedule looks like, where do you have to live, all that stuff is given to you. Instead of you choosing that stuff, and then figuring out the path. So find the destination. Where do you want to live? What kind of life do you want to live? And be very, very careful about listening to anybody who doesn't live in that destination, because myself included, all I'm sharing with you is what the people that I talk to are sharing. These are not my ideas. I'm not qualified for that. So these guys, whoever it is, you find someone who's living, who's at the destination, who came from where you, pretty much where you came from, might not be exact, but it's, you know, similar starting level. You know, Trump always talks about getting that $1 million. Maybe you don't have a $1 million loan from your dad or your parents. So find somebody who has gone through, who has started where you are and is where you want to end up, the destination. Guess what? They are the only ones, listen to me, they are the only ones who can tell you the path, show you the path. Now, a lot of the people that live there don't have a path that can be recreated. That's huge, okay? You've got to first find your destination, find people who are at the destination, who came from where similar places that you are coming from, who also have a path that you can follow, who also is willing to help you follow that path. Because a lot of times paths, you ever come walk in the hills or the forest and you come up and you lose the path. There's a path there somewhere, but you can't really, it's kind of like, you want somebody there to help you walk that path. So somebody that's willing and able to do that. And also the last thing, who has a history of being able to help people. There's a lot of people out there that are giving advice and telling you to follow, who have no fruit on the tree. Fruit on the tree is huge, okay? I just got lucky. I connected with some people almost by chance, but I grabbed onto them. I pursued them. I looked at the fruit on their tree. There's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people that they've been able to help get out of debt, get on a budget, pay off millions and millions of dollars in debt, create a pipeline of cash flow where the mom can come home from work, the dad could come home from work, where they paid off all their bills, where they're paying cash and having multi-million-dollar mortgages and paying them off in 2 years, stuff like that. There's lots and lots of history as well. There's lots of fruit on the tree, and that's huge. If you're listening to guys out there like Gary Vee and all these other trainers and stuff out there, those guys are great at providing vision and enthusiasm and ideas and this. But guess what? I heard Gary Vee say today, hey, I got my own stuff to do. I can't help you. Okay? I mean, it's true. They don't have a path that can be recreated, and they're not willing to take you on their path. They might give you a sign once in a while. That's helpful. That's great. But you really want to find people, and that's what wealth trainers do. That's what wealth trainers are. So that's the value in getting mentorship and qualifying. So that's what I do. I vet people who want to qualify for that type of mentorship. But it was really neat sitting down with these guys and talking about that. And so that's the life lesson today, is find that destination, talk about it. If you're married, if you have a partner, write it out, really envision, until you have that, you don't know the path. Don't start walking down. A lot of us are mostly halfway down the path that we don't want to go anymore, or maybe we're all the way at the end of the path. You got to start over sometimes. There's a lot of people out there that have paths to great destinations that, I want to say don't take very long, but take a long time. 2 to 5 years to become financially independent and wealthy is a long time, but not compared to most other paths. Okay, so anyways, that's a little longer than I thought it would be, but I hope there's a lot of information there that you can take and kind of start thinking about. But the first thing any of these wealth trainers or anybody's going to ask you is, where do you want to go? You've got to know where you want to go. All right, guys, peace out.